All right, welcome back to Fleckis Talks, the podcast, episode 307. Today on the show, we've been let down by some recent Trump endorsements, but we may have found the culprit. Then, new evidence shows Thomas Crooks was a furry. We're going to go over the details there. Then in Cringe of the Week, there's a full trans hockey team that's absolutely dominating. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, the loot puncher is back and he's punching women again. Who could have guessed it? All this and more. It's Fleckis Talks, the podcast, episode 307, ranked the best news podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Fleckis Talks, the podcast, featuring Richard Grabboy.
All right, 1 for 1 on the intro, as always. Guys, what if I told you you could win $100,000 worth of pure gold, but only if you act before December 2nd? Our friends at Undertac, makers of the world's most comfortable tactical underwear, have partnered with Shared Sweeps to give you a shot at a life-changing prize. Real gold worth $100,000. For every dollar you spend at undertac.com, you will get a sweepstake entry. Some items give 2x, 3x, or even up to 5x entries. You can stack up to 7,500 entries total, but remember, the more you shop now, the better your odds. Use the code FLECKISWIN at checkout and you'll score 10% off instantly, plus entries into the sweepstake. Every purchase today saves you money and locks in your chance at $100,000 in real gold. You're not just chasing a prize, you're upgrading to gear built to perform. Undertac boxers wick moisture 50% better than cotton. Their American-made socks are built tough enough for any mission, and their hoodies and tees deliver comfort you'll want to live in. This giveaway ends December 2nd, so don't miss out. Stock up now, enjoy the premium gear that works as hard as you do, and lock in those entries for $100,000 in gold. Go to undertac.com, that's UNDERTAC.com. Offer code FLECKISWIN for 10% off and sweepstake entries. Gear up and enter now. See site for more details. All right, thank you to Undertac for sponsoring.
Thank you, Undertac.
Undertac's been supporting us for a long time.
They have.
Very grateful. All right, guys, we have a lot to get to. I hope everyone had a nice weekend. Hope everyone enjoyed Bonus Land.
Yeah.
Hint, hint. But yeah, do you want to get right into it? Do you have anything you want to start with?
Yeah. No, I asked Fleckis right before the show started. I said, what are you feeling this week? And, like, what's the vibe? Are you happy? Are you sad? And it's like, we're always trying to be fun on the show. We'd like to have fun. It's all about laughs. Laughing with your friend.
I'm mad.
I'm fucking not satisfied at all.
Not satisfied at all.
Yeah. So I guess that'll be the tone, and that's kind of the lead into this first section.
Yeah.
What's that? What are you playing
with? There is some uplifting gold.
You're distracting yourself?
I am distracting myself with some stupid purchases, and I bought a turban.
Yeah.
Because everyone's Indian now.
Yeah, you might as well join.
So I might as well
join.
I might as well be Indian.
Okay.
So I got this turban. I don't know.
Anything else?
I also got the Muslim outfit we could see right here.
Yeah, he bought that Muslim outfit, Qatari, for no reason.
I'm just getting used to the new America.
Okay.
I'm just trying to fit in the new America.
That's the vibe, dude.
Unfortunately, everyone's Indian, so I might as well start. I can kind of pass.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, with me, it's like, what's that white guy doing in it? With you, it's like, Hamdallah, brother. Hamdallah.
I don't even know the stuff. Yeah. All right, well, let's get right into it. First of all, we're very disappointed in Trump's DOJ, specifically Pam Bondi.
Yes.
There was a Brandon Straka tweet I wanted to start the show with.
Yeah, because you like to compare and contrast. And this was all about Biden's first year and what Biden was up to. And he was a senile, old, retarded person.
But he still was active.
He cooked. His henchmen were.
Yeah.
By this point in Biden's first year, Merrick Garland's DOJ had already raided, arrested, and charged more than 650 Trump supporters, the most expansive political dragnet in modern U.S. history. They had pressured over 100 defendants into guilty pleas through aggressive stacking of charges, pretrial detention, and threat-driven tactics, and more than 24 people were already sentenced. Democrats were nearly 5 months into their January 6th Select Committee, having subpoenaed thousands of documents and interviewed or deposed well over 100 people, building a massive one-sided investigative machine. By contrast, the Bondi DOJ has led no meaningful arrests, no answers, and with statutes of limitation expiring in a matter of weeks, no hope for justice for supporters of President Trump whose lives were destroyed. And we have the number of arrests here for the various different things that there should be maybe 1 or 2 arrests at least.
It's an easy graph.
Yeah, Russian collusion, January 6th, Mar-a-Lago raid, Biden auto pen, 2020 election, Epstein pedophile arrest, COVID, Benghazi, Doge findings, Ukraine impeachment hoax, 0.
Yeah, but Pam Bondi's getting her roots dyed.
Yeah.
You know, and we do have a boomer meme here.
Yeah, this was bad.
Doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good. She's holding the sign. It's AI. She's holding the sign. Boomer
She's
shit.
holding the sign. And then a lot of people will say,
You post that on Facebook? Boomers will go crazy
Boomers will
over
go
it.
crazy for that
Cat
on
turd. Cat turd likes that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
They'll
get it
go-
from him?
Maybe.
Okay.
Probably. And then people will say, well, we can't really do anything. It'll be like a politically motivated thing and we'll lose the next election. We already won the election.
Yeah.
They already attacked us with all politically motivated lawfare stuff.
Yeah. What happened to not caring and kind of going carte blanche, lame duck?
Yeah. We're like
blanche,
we're
lame
lame duck already.
I know.
And then if we don't do anything, the Democrats will probably win the midterms and then they'll win in 28 and then they'll keep arresting us and we're fucked even worse.
Yeah.
So there's really no way out, unfortunately. It's not looking good. And keep in mind, this lack of action from Pam Bondi is why she got that job in the first place.
Yeah.
Similar to Bill Barr.
Cool.
You kind of put these people in and you know they're not going to do anything, and that's why they get in the first place.
That's why you get the confirmation. Right?
Exactly. But hey, at least they're suing Elijah Schaefer for posting a picture.
Yeah.
And then Rick Grinnell,
Yeah.
another guy who's doing nothing.
Really?
And I don't want to tell you what he's doing instead.
Oh.
Gay guy.
Yeah.
It's like disgusting stuff, most likely, allegedly. I don't want to get in trouble, get sued myself.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that we had. We had that list, you read it, but the COVID stuff, flooding the country with the illegals, all the Doge stuff, Obama spying. How many times they come out and say, oh yeah, Obama spied. Here's the evidence. We did catch him.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I know.
We got him. We're gonna let him. We're not gonna arrest Obama. Why
Yeah.
not? Go arrest Obama.
Not one thing that Doge found, some funneling money to your cousin's charity. You know what I mean?
All that money wasted.
Yeah.
All the illegals. Another letdown. Another letdown on top of this has been some of Trump's recent endorsements. He's been pro Lindsey Graham lately, anti Marjorie Taylor Greene, anti Thomas Massey, who are actually America First people.
Yeah.
So that's very disappointing to see. And then we have a tweet here from Robert Barnes. Can you give that a read?
If you want to know who is responsible for all the bad Trump endorsements since 2022, look no further than the person who bragged about picking those endorsements, Susie Wiles, Trump's chief of staff.
Susie Wiles. That's a big name, and she's running the show, and she is not America First. She actually ran Netanyahu's 2020 re-election campaign
Yeah.
in Israel.
Yeah. We talked about that once, I believe.
Yeah, so that's kind of who's the boomer behind the scenes, pulling the strings. And she's also been destroying the Make America Healthy Again movement. This is what Mike Adams says about Susie Wiles.
In my opinion, I think she's absolutely toxic to not just the Donald Trump administration, but also to the MAHA movement and the GOP as a whole. In fact, I would say on the current trajectory, although there's still time to turn this around, but on the current trajectory, Trump is going to be facing a Democrat sweep in the House a year from now, and the White House will be lost in 2028 unless they turn this around. And Susie Wiles, I believe, in my opinion, is the key gatekeeper, as you said. Her history is, in my view, horrific, with Mercury Public Affairs representing some of what I would consider to be the worst of the corporations in the world. Any corporation, we're talking about Pfizer, we're talking about the Gavi Vaccine Alliance, we're talking about companies that promoted pesticides and herbicides that harm human health on a widespread basis. Plus, she campaigned for Netanyahu in 2020.
Worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And then Netanyahu as well.
Yeah, it's interesting what someone with a little bit of power and access can do to derail,
And if you look at the
movements.
if you look at the picture, she's just some lady.
Yeah, I saw she's Pat Summerall's kid.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know much about it, but this is the type of stuff you kind of peel back an onion and you kind of see like who's stopping this, who's exerting more influence than they should. Because Trump's kind of a delegate, big picture guy. And it's very easy to hijack, as we saw with his first term, right?
And that's what it seems like. It seems like he's falling into the 2016 trap again, where you kind of have an idea of what you want to do, and then you start delegating people and giving them roles, and then they have other interests and other motivations, and then it ends up hijacking and derailing the whole thing, and you make no progress.
Yeah.
It's the Israel first boomer crowd.
Yeah, boomer stuff.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
All right, well, while we're talking about politics, coming up soon is the Florida governor's race, and there's kind of an automatic candidate everyone thinks is going to get handed off to, Byron Donalds.
He's already on his way. He's got the money. He's got the backing. He's going to walk in.
Yeah, and Elon Musk just backed him. Can you read that headline?
Elon Musk backs Rep. Byron Donalds as next governor of Florida. And then there's one guy who's kind of trying to run against him.
James Fishback.
I
like James Fishback. I don't know a lot about the race so far, but James Fishback seems like America first, and is calling Byron Donalds out for the same reasons we are.
I like him too, but I think it's a foregone conclusion. Like, let's be realistic here about Byron Donalds. He's got the money, he's got the backing, he's kind of the heir apparent. But James Fishback said, with all due respect, it's not surreal at all. After someone said surreal that Elon backed her, I think his wife, right? James said, with all due respect, it's not surreal at all. Byron is pro H-1B. Elon is pro H-1B. Therefore, Elon endorsed Byron for being pro H-1B. Florida doesn't want more cheap slave labor from India replacing our talented Florida workers from Mariana to Miami.
Yeah, so I think Byron Donalds is a real low IQ donor muppet.
They can really shove their hand up there.
Yeah.
This gets us, we live in Florida. This gets us in trouble. And like, that's not to say we're not voting for, well, I'm speaking for myself. I'll vote for whoever the Republican candidate is in Florida. But it's just not excited in taking a huge step down. We have DeSantis. He's like the best governor. And he shouldn't have ran against Trump, but he's the best. And that's a big theme. Like, I don't know what your angle is going to be on this, but a big theme about a lot of candidates that the GOP is putting forward is nobody exciting. Nobody who I'm really excited about who's like, yeah, that's the next generation guy. That guy's going to change this or change that. It's just kind of like people who are like you said, kind of donor puppets or who are just power hungry.
The black lady with the gun.
Winsome Sears in Virginia, trash, got smoked. Vivek Ramaswamy in Ohio for 26. Good luck, Ohio.
It's not good.
There's an H-1B pileup coming on the highways of Ohio soon. And Byron Donalds here. There's a lot of pro-immigrant rhetoric that I'm seeing from Byron and from a lot of these people about how immigrant are our strength and all this stuff. And we need a moratorium, guys.
Yeah.
And so just people who I'm not thrilled about and like, yeah, they're better than a Democrat for the most part, but they're better than a Democrat doesn't get right-wingers and then the younger generation to go out and vote. You know what I mean?
That's the key.
And the margin is so thin. Like, you need to be genuinely excited to win an election these days. Like, that was Trump in 2024 probably. Lost that momentum, and now we're putting forth shitty candidates for a lot of these governor seats. And I don't want to be too negative on Byron Donalds. I voted for John McCain when I was 18. I voted for John McCain. I voted for Mitt Romney. It's pathetic. It's humiliating. But, it's better than a leftist. So...
yeah, not impressed with Byron Donalds. I don't like that it's just automatically assumed is going to be handed to him.
He's got a war chest. He's got money.
Yeah, and everyone likes him because he's not smart enough to have his own views, so he'll just adopt the views of whoever gives him the money.
Donor class.
So he's a donor class guy. But there is an opportunity, I think, for Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis has been quiet and working hard as the governor for the last few years, ever since he blew himself up with the running against Trump thing.
Yeah.
He gets rid of those boots. He's been very anti-H-1B. There is a world where Ron DeSantis could adopt that America First spirit and kind of reinvent himself as the opposition to a J.D. Vance in 2028 and make J.D. Vance go further right.
And imagine he leans into those elevated heel loafers, some fine Italian loafers, and he gets into his DeSantis.
Yeah.
There could be a path there. No, I totally agree. And then in that case, if he's running and then he pushes people more to the right, he's been very aggressive on H-1B abuse and kind of banning it for the university system in Florida to hire H-1Bs.
So there is a thing where he could portray a further right position that would make J.D. Vance need to slide further right if J.D. Vance is going to win in 28.
Yeah,
and if that's all his role is, fine. But there is a world where people are looking for a true America First candidate after a disappointing second Trump term. And that could be the solution. There's an opportunity there.
Totally.
And the other guys told him to run against Trump in 2020. And that was bad advice.
Scott Griffin or
Ron, call us, and we can tell you exactly what to say.
Yeah, call us, Ron.
All right, our next story is something we mentioned a few weeks ago, but we have some more context here about the discrepancy in the New Jersey voting. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, this is the other governor race where they actually ran a white guy.
Yeah.
They ran a white man. And but it says conservatives are now pointing to inconsistencies in the New Jersey gubernatorial race after nearly 500,000 new voters appeared from 2021 to 2025, more than double the state's population growth over 4 years, with almost all of them going to Democrats. And we went over these numbers already, but we didn't have the state's population growth, which apparently is around 250,000.
That's the key takeaway. Where did these 500,000 new votes come from?
So every election, the Democrat popular vote got 1.2 million, 1.2, 1.2, 1.27, 1.3, and then all of a sudden, the Democrat this year got 1.8 million, a huge jump.
Illegals?
Great turnout.
Yeah, great turnout. Everyone's really excited about the New Jersey governor race. So that's weird. That's sketchy to me. All right, moving on to our next story. But before we do, we have a special message from Farmer Bill. Guys, Black Friday is here and Farmer Bill is having his biggest sale of the year and show watchers are getting early access. Stock up on their new steak sticks, beef slabs, or any of their sliced meat snacks. There are tallow bombs available, which make great Christmas gifts. Their signature knife is a great stocking stuffer. There's tons of stuff to choose from. Take advantage of this deal with code FLECKUS25 for 25% off of one-time orders, or if you want to do subscriptions for the steak sticks, Fleckus40 gets you 40% off of your first subscription order. Don't miss out on Farmer Bill's biggest sale of the year. Go to farmerbillsprovisions.com or go to the link in the show notes. Make sure you use code Fleckus25 for one-time orders or Fleckus40 to get 40% off of your first subscription. Thank you to Farmer Bill for sponsoring. Let's get back to housekeeping.
Farmer Bill's Provisions, the perfect protein snack.
All right, thank you to Farmer Bill for sponsoring.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
Guys, Farmer Bill has been supporting the show for a very long time, for years at this point, from episode like 50.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say the show couldn't exist without him, but he's probably been one of our best sponsors all time. We have a little bit of a compilation clip here. Are you a beef jerky eater?
If you're on the go and you're working hard, we know just how you feel.
All right, thank you, Farmer Bill.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
Hey, thank you to Farmer Bills for sponsoring.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
And Show Watcher. This is by far the best beef jerky I have ever had, and I'm not just saying that. All right, thank you to Farmer Bills for sponsoring. All right, thank you to Farmer Bills for supporting and sponsoring.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
And for all the snacks.
Oh, yeah.
We rip those.
We've been pigging. Thank you, Farmer Bill. And honestly, Farmer Bill should be thanking you for that.
Hey, I'll do anything for Farmer Bill. The Wagyu of beef jerky.
Okay.
But hey, Farmer Bill has a request. Farmer Bill gets what he wants.
And I like Farmer Bill,
Yeah.
or whoever runs the social media. He gets a little aggressive out there.
Yeah, one of us.
Yeah.
One of us. We've been munching that shit.
Oh, you can say we've been munching that shit.
We've been slurping it up.
Yep.
It's really good too, and it makes your brain feel nice. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I looked like shit a few years ago.
Yeah, I had some bad years too. I had some bad months.
But Farmer Bill has been supporting the show since the beginning, and he's aligned with us on our views. He's very much a right-wing America First guy who's really aligned with us. And, you know, now's the time to buy some meat sticks.
Sure.
Stocking stuffers, all the good stuff. Let's go support Farmer Bill because he supported us for so long. It's the least we could do. All right. Next story, my favorite story from Housekeeping. Seth Dillon, another Israel First guy, made and deleted a joke that was kind of inferring that Megyn Kelly should get blown up for being anti-Israel.
Maybe.
Something like that.
If you're not giving a generous interpretation of it, but sure. Babylon B posted, Megyn Kelly gets rid of old pager just to be safe.
Yeah, so I'm not the word police. I'm also not going to be the joke police either.
Yeah.
But wasn't Seth Dillon one of the guys who freaked out over the edgy jokes the New York Young Republicans group chat made? All the Nazi jokes and whatever, and they were making everyone disavow.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess he's allowed to make edgy jokes because we're Goyim?
Yeah, that's probably part of it.
That's probably part of it. And Megyn Kelly isn't even anti-Israel.
Yeah.
she's just not disavowing Tucker enough.
Yes.
So it's like you can be an ally for forever, but then you don't do 100% of what you're expected to do for Israel, and now they make jokes about killing you.
Get in line. It's a get in line thing. And they go, well, we can attack Tucker, but that just makes us look bitter because he doesn't give a fuck. So we'll attack someone who kind of cares. See if we can bully the woman into changing her views.
That'll
right?
make everyone like the Israeli cause more.
Yeah.
So we have a tweet from Seth Dillon from when he was calling out the New York Young Republicans group chat.
Yeah. If you're not calling out the bad actors, you're effectively covering for them. And I don't buy the unity excuse because everyone who makes it is busy attacking anyone with the courage to speak up. No consistency, no clarity, no commitment to the good, just pure tribalism.
So whenever teenagers and young adults make some jokes in the group chat, that needs to get disavowed. Trump needs to get involved. We have to split the party. But then you make jokes and it's allowed because it's on the Israel side.
Yeah, very fascinating to watch.
And then Cernovich had a good tweet that summed it up as well.
College kids joking about Hitler, we were told, is a crisis. Get the president to disavow. Adult men in their 40s discussing the murder of Megyn Kelly, that's just a joke. Lighten up. When they do it, it's okay. Textbook woke tactics.
Textbook woke tactics. I was going to say textbook Jew tactics, but that could come across a little heavy-handed, not even a joke enough.
Yeah.
So maybe not textbook Jew tactics, but...
For sure. You
but
shouldn't do that.
Isn't that interesting how that works?
Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's one of those things like the more you fight when you're drowning or something, the more you go down. I don't know what, or maybe it's quicksand.
Quicksand.
The more you fight in quicksand, the faster you sink. And that's what we're seeing from kind of the pro-Israel lobby or group, whatever you want to call it, side of the internet, who is doing this quicksand fighting with the Nick Fuentes, Tucker, everybody. They start fighting more, and it's like, dude, is this all you guys tweet about? Is this the only thing you find funny? The only thing you're writing jokes about? A whole writer's room?
That's a good point. And then it reveals how much of an important topic it is to them, Israel.
Totally.
So it's like the smart move would be, let's just lay low and not talk about Israel too much and just kind of like tiptoe around and get to it when it comes up again. But they're like demanding everyone take a side, and they're like drawing up lines like, oh, me, Mark Levin, Sean Hannity.
Which way are you going to go? The Heritage Foundation?
Heritage Foundation, you need to make a choice. Like, everyone needs to disavow Tucker. And it's like, if you really want to draw lines, you're not going to like the side you end up on.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham, okay, you and Lindsey Graham are going to show MAGA who's really MAGA. Okay.
The Avengers, Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, Mark Levin.
It's like you guys are basically drawing the lines and picking sides, and it's just like doing years of work. Like, it would have taken years to realize Ted Cruz isn't really on our side, Lindsey Graham's on our side, Seth Dillon and Babylon Bee aren't on our side, and we just figured it out in 5 seconds. Yeah. Ben Shapiro and Daily Wire. Okay, you guys are out. Yeah. You could have maybe survived and been relevant in the next term, in the next few years. We'll just get that settled now. You guys are out.
Bided your time, preserved your influence, and instead now it's like, I don't even listen to you.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's
quicksand.
Quicksand. Yeah,
They're fighting
in quicksand.
Disavow Tucker, and then he gets sucked in more.
And you should have just chilled and kind of just waited for it to subside.
Your buddy throws you a rope. You go out parallel. There's a technique to getting out of quicksand.
It's very true.
Instead, you struggled. You got hysterical.
And now you're going under.
Yeah.
All right, we're in our migrant section now.
Metaphorically.
Non-violently. Don't sue me. Let's start. We're in our migrant section. Let's start with some psyops. We have a little bit of like a psyop debunk thing of all the things that made Americans believe that America was for everybody. We're going to read the tweet here.
America is not a nation of immigrants. That was a book written by JFK and funded by the ADL in 1964. America is not a melting pot. That was a Jewish playwright from a man named Israel Zamgwil in 1908. America is not for the tired, poor, huddled masses yearning to breathe free. That was a poem added to the Statue of Liberty in 1903 and written by a Jewish woman named Emma Lazarus. Prior to 1965, America had let in a total of 15,000 Indians, 100,000 Muslims, and roughly 500,000 Mexicans. In other words, America was almost 90% Christian and European until the Hart-Celler Act of 1965. That number is now only 40%. You best start believing in psychological operations. You're in one.
It's very true. And I have a couple others. E pluribus unum.
Yeah.
That was about the colonies, not about groups of people.
Yeah.
And then religious freedom. You know, America's based on religious freedom.
Yep.
That was for different sects of Christianity.
Yeah.
That wasn't for Muslims.
It's so obvious. You look back.
So you look back and you kind of realize we've been in a big psyop. And now our country's filled with all these foreigners, a lot of people from third world countries that aren't compatible with Western civilization. We have some stats here out of North Carolina, which is pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina, officials confirm of 900,000 residents, more than 150,000 are foreigners.
That's a lot.
That's a huge percentage. And you know what? When we were talking about like what's the vibe earlier at the start of the show, and we got kind of into the political things we're not really agreeing with, there's a certain level of baseline irritability I have. I'm irritable. It's like a guy who's trying to quit cigarettes. He's on day 2. I'm irritable because migrants. It's always on the back of my head. Migrants. I'm just like, what? He did what? Because of migrants. I'm ready to snap. I'm going to hit my kids.
That's how I am too.
And it's mostly because of migrants. And then so Charlotte, that's a crazy number. And we've shown the graph of all the foreign-born population exploding under Joe Biden. And now we just reached negative net migration under Trump. But like we said in the last episode, that's like a Band-Aid. We need to go, Charlotte still looks like this. Charlotte still got crazy numbers.
Yeah, it's a Band-Aid on a decapitation.
Yeah.
The head's gone and go, here, put this.
And so that's 16%. 16% of people living in a once great American city are foreigners. The next time someone tells you that some visa program only makes up a small percentage of the population, remember this, it all adds up and none of it's good. So every visa, every illegal, every like temporary status, they all add up to something that's kind of becoming untenable.
Very untenable. And we have a stat from New York. We mentioned this a couple episodes ago, but it's worth revisiting.
Yeah, 40% of New York City housing rentals are occupied by people born outside the U.S., 32% of public housing, and 44% of rent-stabilized units. How many are illegals? Want more affordable housing and housing options, deport all the illegals.
Very true. New York, Charlotte, and then another problem, which we've been really harping on lately, is Dallas. Dallas, Texas is full of Indians. We have a video here. This is at a school event. Everyone's Indian. This is in Texas.
Indian, ethnic garb. They're young, too. They're kids.
And they have a lot of kids, and there's going to be more kids. And this is a Texas, don't mess with Texas. This is a school in Texas.
That's another myth. Don't mess with Texas. They're currently messing with Texas. I saw some stat about how many mosques had just sprung up in Texas. I think it was an insane number. Maybe we'll talk about it in bonus line. I have to check it because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, here's the scene at the Dallas Apple iStore.
Apple iStore?
What's it called?
The Apple Store. Yeah, so this is at the Galleria Mall?
Everyone's brown and Indian and Hispanic.
America didn't used to look like this. I know some of you may have been born yesterday. America did not look anything like this.
Isn't that crazy?
And that's why I'm irritable. That's why I'm so irritable. Like I just quit nicotine and I'm having serious withdrawals and I have a headache because you can say, oh, we reached negative net migration. Why does Dallas still look like this? Why does Charlotte, North Carolina still look like that? It turns into something like where I'm not satisfied. You can say headlines, oh, we've got 500,000 deportations and 1.5 million self-deportations. And I go, great. I can't see it.
Still a lot of it.
I can't see any of the progress. You know what I mean? That visible progress.
The graph goes like this, and then it's starting to go down, and they're like, look at that part going down. It's like, look how high it goes.
The mall is still fucked.
Why is it so high?
Yeah.
And here we have another Indian. This guy is talking to a girl. This is how Indians talk to girls.
This is in India, though, right?
This is in India, but I am going to make a broader point after.
No, definitely not. No. 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 Please?
Please.
What the fuck just happened?
Why are you hanging out in India?
Yeah. Eat, pray, love.
I believe he said, sex with me, please. And then he started stroking his shit.
Pull your shit out and start stroking your shit. Yeah.
And you might be thinking...
That usually works in India. So shocking.
And you might be thinking, well, that's in India. It's different than what's going on here. Until that type of person comes here and then what? Starts working for Amazon as an Amazon delivery guy.
Probably.
And here we have another clip of an Indian Amazon delivery guy trying to enter someone's home. Oh, door's open. And he says, I'm sorry, I believe, because there was a man in the house. Can you read some of the details?
Yeah, this is from James Murdoch, MP. I think this is a politician. We might have to look this up. I think it's a politician in the UK.
Okay.
And it says, tonight an Amazon delivery driver let himself into my home. It was lucky that I was in the right place to confront him immediately, but it shocked me. And the question that keeps coming back to me is this. What if my wife or teenage daughter had been standing in my place? The footage is clear. The driver approaches the door, breathing heavily, checks the handle. I'm not going to go over it. You saw it. They told him trespass is a civil matter, so there's no recourse. This guy just in broken English goes, oh, sorry. No harm, no foul, I guess. But what would have happened if the scenario was different and there wasn't a man to confront him, right?
What was he entering the house for?
Yeah. Why would he try the door handle? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. We can't even communicate with the guy.
Crazy. We know what the other guy was doing to the girl on the moped.
Yeah, so maybe we can extrapolate. I don't know.
Maybe there's a Venn diagram of what they were both wanting to do.
But yeah, I guess I'll be on the lookout for similar news stories in Dallas soon.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling that's ground zero for some of this shit.
And while we're talking about Indians, I don't know if you guys have noticed when you go to the airport, a lot of the Indians take wheelchair pushing to the plane.
Not your best, but yeah, it'll work. It'll work. A lot of the Indians do take advantage of the free wheelchair escort, maybe is the word, where you say you're not able-bodied, you can't walk, and then they get priority boarding for it. So,
and you look here, we have everyone lined up, and there's just like 100 people in the wheelchairs waiting to go on the plane. And they love that.
And to be fair, a lot of those people do look old. I don't think all of them can't walk, though. But it's kind of like a flight from LaGuardia to Fort Myers for what? Snowbird season?
Yeah.
But there's a kind of a common theme here, which is why we want to bring this up, is there's like a scam mentality from a lot of the Indians where they do this and then the benefit that you get from this scam is competed away once you reach the critical scam mass. So, like, if 2 people are doing this, great life hack.
You're on the plane early.
I'm first on the plane. I'm comfortable. I have overhead baggage. Everything's going great for me. But once you reach 30% of the plane doing this, now the entire plane takes off late. Nobody has a real advantage. And then you're at a disadvantage if you're a normal person, right?
It's very true.
So there's this critical mass thing. And I think we're seeing that happen with maybe truck drivers in the U.S., foreign-born truck drivers, certain other industries, H-1Bs at tech companies. You know, there's a critical mass that's reached where the scam kind of takes away from the experience at the end of it, right?
Yeah, it's very true. It's no longer no longer a benefit.
Exactly. It's like a bunch of companies competing to sell you soda. And when there's one company, it's like, oh, I can charge whatever I want. I'm ripping these people off. But then when there's 10 companies and they're all competing, all the profit gets, competed away. It's kind of like that. But in this case, you're just fucked out an airplane. Mm-hmm. So
they're on their way to their H-1B jobs.
Not your best. Not your best.
But the theme that we notice is they see the vulnerabilities as an opportunity. Like, oh, they'll just wheel me in this wheelchair whether I need it or not. And like that's the opportunity. And then now everyone does it. And then what happens if you actually do need a wheelchair and there's not one available?
You're smart for exploiting the social trust of whatever thing you're walking into, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to being a scumbag.
Very
That's
true.
the difference.
And speaking of social trust, some of these Indians do have skills that Americans don't have, like this next guy. And he's exploiting social trust here too. And we could play it at 2x speed to go a little faster. But look what he is doing. He knows how to work that bike. This is very impressive.
The whole village gets together and they watch it.
Does he practice all day for this? Yeah. He's like the star. He's a local star. And he doesn't run him over with the bike.
All right.
That's pretty impressive.
So there are some positives. We're not all negative about migration.
We can bring him here to do that.
I say leave him in his village.
And let an American do that.
Yeah.
Who's going to do that for us,
I
though?
guess. I know.
Can Americans do that job?
I don't know. Let's ask Elon Musk. Let's ask Elon if someone can do that.
Who's going to ride a bike weird with children underneath the wheels if we don't bring him?
I know.
And then we've been talking about H-1Bs a lot. And last episode, I kind of made fun of American students because 1 in 8 UCSD students can't do math.
Yeah.
And I was kind of making fun of it, the students making it seem like Americans can't do these tech jobs. We do have some update there. The American students are very capable.
Yeah, tired of pretending white U.S. students are disadvantaged. White U.S. students rank behind only Taiwan, Singapore, and Japan and U.S. Asians. At scale, U.S. whites are the most dominant academic group on the planet. Educational standards declining as a result of immigration and diversity. And that's what I was trying to say during that whole time, where you were kind of saying vape and AI.
Yeah.
Which definitely there are some.
But the 1 in 8 students who can't do math, you probably guess what they look like.
Those aren't middle-class white kids.
Yeah, very true. All right, moving on to our next story, which is in the same vein of like Asians not really fitting in.
Okay.
These next people are Vietnamese, and they just joined a neighborhood in Virginia, and they're adding an addition to their house. Listen to this.
Courtney Leonard lives literally in the shadow of the new addition being built onto her next-door neighbor's house.
Design-wise, it doesn't look anything like what it's attached to or anything else in the neighborhood.
Other neighbors tell us they're okay with this, that 3 generations of a very nice family will be living here. That family told us they had nothing to add to our story.
It feels like it's not real. When you see it, I mean, you've seen it. So, yeah, it's shocking.
Katie Dash lives several blocks away and says she's alarmed, like many who know about this.
And so I think we're all just concerned if it could happen to her, it could happen to any of us. And I'm still confused how it was approved.
So no consideration for the neighbors. Massive house that looks completely terrible. Doesn't look like, here's the before
A square
and
block,
after.
a rectangle.
And it's like very tall, and it's towering over the neighbor's house.
And there's no HOA, so they are able to do this. I think there's some question of if they built it too close to the property line. There may still be some actual legal dispute here, but that doesn't stop it from being built. And we looked up the owner of this house, and we're not going to read the name, but it was a Vietnamese family.
And ironically, in their name is HOA.
Yeah, Hoa. I think they go Hoa. But yeah, so this is in Fairfax, Virginia. And this is one of those things where it creates a lot of arguments online. Some people are like, mind your business, or the NIMBYs, not in my backyard, versus the yes in my backyard type. We need more affordable housing, leftist. The people take the obvious sides. And I just want to say that this is kind of one of those things where, say they got it all right and it was to the property line, right? And they're blocking out all the sun from their direct neighbor. It's one of those things where legally you can get away with it, but culturally it's in poor taste, and like Americans almost wouldn't do this. Mm-hmm. So it's still a cultural difference, and whether or not it's legal, I guess it will be sorted out if it's too close to the property line eventually. But it's just one of those things. And another thing I want to note, I think we've covered this on a podcast before, and I said it, I kind of gave it away. I saw some people commenting, and I always, when I see people comment stupid shit online, I always like look at their profile, find out who it is. I saw someone say, mind your business. Mind your business. And it was a black woman. And I feel like that's a big vibe I get from a lot of black people. I'm noticing the trend. Mind your business is a big statement for them. And then, this is my business. It became my business when they did a 3-story monstrosity 2 feet from my property line. All of a sudden, it is my business, right? If they're doing a tactic that's going to be duplicated in this neighborhood, it is my business because I'm a neighbor two blocks down, right? And so that's kind of a low IQ thing that I've seen a lot. Mind your business. And I actually, not to yap too long here, because this is a migrant section, but I saw another TikToker recently, and he was posting something about his brother who just got out of jail. And he got out of jail for 8 years. And he was posting this video like a homecoming. It's this heartwarming thing. And someone said, what was he locked up for? And somebody else goes, mind your business. And it was a black woman, right? Of course. And mind your business. It's like, I'm trying to figure out whether I like this guy or if he's a scumbag piece of shit. Mind your business. You have no right to know what anyone was locked up for, how many criminals are in your neighborhood.
He's out now.
Yeah.
This is a celebration.
The sex predator list in your neighborhood. Mind your business. You're not allowed to know that stuff.
Mind your business is like one of those things that just like, it's like disqualifies like standards.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't need standards. Mind your business. It's not your neighbor. And then eventually it will be.
It's not your right to know. You have no reason to ask. And it's like, actually, I can do whatever I want. The mind your business is a tool of the low IQ.
Very true.
Is what I'm kind of getting at.
Good point. Good point.
But yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll stay apprised on this situation and see if the monstrosity is allowed. The little ranch-style house with, I guess, maybe a little bit of a second floor to the monstrosity is crazy.
Crazy.
And they said 3 generations of their family is going to live in that house. So
great.
They yearn for the squalor.
Great. Now we have a picture here. I think this is maybe from India or something, but it's the same type of like South Asian slum.
Kowloon. You stack it up. Yeah. You stack it up. You take a fireman's pole down.
Yeah. Like that's kind of what they're recreating or what they're used to. So it doesn't seem that crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you build one too, and we connect the houses.
Totally.
You know, not what we're looking for. All right, we're gonna go abroad with our migrant section. We're gonna finish up with this. There was a tweet from the new Pope that I thought was not very good.
Yeah, he said, I urge heads of state and the leaders of nations to listen to the cry of the poorest. There can be no peace without justice. The poor remind us of this in many ways, through migration as well as through their cries, which are often stifled by the myth of well-being and progress, which does not take everyone into account.
So first of all, he's saying that like it's being stifled. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
migration's everywhere, and they've been doing a lot.
Yeah, they had a great run. I don't know if you saw 2020 through 2024.
Yeah, they've been doing whatever they want for the last 30 years, so there's not much stifling. But he has this idea that you can like solve global poverty for like 4.8 billion people by letting them flood into Western countries that can't accommodate them or handle the influx.
Yeah,
to solve poverty. And then I was thinking, isn't it kind of materialistic? In a way, or promoting materialism to say, oh, go to America and live a better life. You can go to Wawa and drive a Nissan.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of like you bear the cross you're given and you live your life and you need to go to America so you can go to the Apple store?
Yeah, totally.
It's like
in Dallas. I need to go to Dallas. Yeah. I have a yearning for Dallas Apple Store.
And keep in mind, too, the Vatican has a huge wall, which keeps everyone out. It's kind of an easy point. But then there was another article I found, which I thought kind of proved the point as well. Vatican cracks down on illegal entry into its territory. So why is the Vatican cracking down on illegals?
Yeah, that was from this year, too. And this is one of those things where, you know, the spiritual religious leader of all Catholics, it's like a religious message. It's not really policy. You know, and I hate when people conflate the two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This should not drive policy of the United States, who has more foreign-born population than it ever has in history.
And if anything, we already did it.
Yeah.
It's like we already did what you said, and it's ruining the country.
Yeah.
I don't like, hey, guys, now we got to start really letting people in. Like, whoa, what are you talking about?
And I'm Catholic, and this Pope is from Chicago.
Try to like the guy.
I try to like the guy. He likes the White Sox. I'm a White Sox fan.
Not good.
It's crazy.
And then in England, there is a huge trash pile. Can you play that?
Yeah. Apparently in England, they call it fly tipping, a.k.a. illegal dumping. So it says fly tippers bury field in shocking mountain of waste in Oxfordshire, UK. So this is just right next to a highway. All these people.
I wonder who's doing it.
Yeah. And for some reason, I don't think there was ever a mound this big back when the country was like, 99.9% white.
And then all of a sudden, people just started dumping the trash.
Third worldism all of a sudden shows its way. And it's so strange because a country like the UK has good trash removal. They're not incapable of trash removal. And yet, a mountain of trash is still causing health concerns in the UK.
Not good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the final page of housekeeping. That's the end of our migrant section. Use the opportunity to click the post. Help us juice the algo. Leave a like, comment again, then start yapping. P.O. Box, notifications, old episodes, group chat. You guys know what to do.
Okay.
All right, final page of housekeeping. Our first story. I saw this. This kid, Noah, in Kansas, is trying to get adopted, and he made a video, and I thought it was really nice, and I thought we could play it, and then one of you guys adopt him.
My one wish is to possibly have a good family that would possibly love me, but always care about me and give me hugs when I'm sad or something. Hi, my name is Noah. I am 15 years old. My favorite things I like to do is play sports, as in football and basketball. Those are some of my favorite things to do normally. Some of my friends describe me as I'm funny, I'm very athletic. Some of them do. I'm kind and respectful. Some of them also like to say that I look cool, like good sometimes, as say my hair looks nice, what clothing I'm wearing looks nice. I am a really good drummer. I am pretty good at it. I think I am.
I like this guy.
Yeah. He's arguing for himself.
And he likes sports.
Yeah.
He's a nice kid. Noah, 15 years old, and the group is America's Kids Belong. So one of you, please adopt him. Shoot me a DM. I'll send you a shirt. You think it's a joke? I think we could get this kid adopted.
I don't know. Yeah.
And we'll send you shirts, and we'll send you something.
Man, adoption is such a huge thing.
Yeah.
Noah. If you adopt Noah, he's only there for 3 years.
Yeah.
He goes to college or something, right?
Yeah. But
18,
he's
15
there.
to 18.
Yeah, but you'd be there for longer. He's your family.
You let the...
He's there forever.
All right, okay.
When I saw that
take
video...
it seriously. I'll take you seriously.
When I saw that video,
yeah,
for a second, I was like, all right, could I adopt this kid?
You don't even get allowed. They're like, they'll look at your living situation. They'll go, whose cars are these? What's the Qatari outfit for? What are you up to in here?
What's this racist podcast you do? Yeah. All right. Someone adopt that kid. America's Kids Belong. And then DM me if you do, and we'll pay for the first month of food or something. Okay. Something like that,
yeah,
you know?
fine.
Will be nice. All right, next. New move was discovered in this Chinese girls basketball league. I've never seen anything like it. Here they are going down, and they're just surrounding the girl with the ball. It's pretty compelling.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, that's why I sent it. But then it gets stolen, so it didn't even work.
It didn't fully work, but they got all the way up to shooting territory.
This is also fun. Trial and error.
Yeah.
I think you let kids do stupid shit. Like, this game is so meaningless.
What are your instincts?
You let them draw up their stupid Looney Tunes plays. I think that's funny. Yeah.
That is a good idea.
I saw it, and I was like, at least they had fun. And they probably all laughed at it. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get the, what are these? They're in China?
China, it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't fucking matter. But, the dads who get too mad about, like, 6th grade basketball and stuff.
Yeah.
And, well, when you're in 6th grade, you actually care. I cared. But let them do the fun, stupid stuff. Let them draw up the stupid plays. I think there's a lesson in here for coaching and competitiveness.
And it makes it more fun to watch in the crowd.
Yeah, I would go crazy over this move.
I would watch the game if they were doing Looney Tunes plays.
Here's one. If you can't adopt that kid, but you have kids in youth basketball, I want to see this recreated from a show watcher and filmed.
Or draw up some interesting plays.
And guys, is it that high stakes? It's one possession in a 6th grade basketball game. Who cares?
And then shout us out after.
Yeah. And if they make the shot, the kids will go nuts.
And
They'll
we'll
love
put it on the show.
Yeah.
All right, we're cooking.
I think so. Except we're about to get to some dumb shit, right?
Well, this next story is actually what I believe to be the most important story of the entire episode.
Okay.
The tall ones of Kansas were caught on camera. We have a video here.
Whoa.
You see how tall those guys are?
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
And this is in Kansas?
It's caught on camera, brother. What do you have to say about that?
I think AI is getting pretty good, brother.
And they had some cryptids like this in Fresno a few years back.
What did they call them?
I don't know, but I think it's the same type. It's the tall cryptid.
Okay.
And they had them in Fresno.
Anything to watch out for? Friendly, enemy, creepy, bad, good?
I don't know if they're good or bad. They do leave crop circles. So there was like some crop circles found in the field after.
Oh, okay.
So something to keep in mind.
Definitely.
But that's spooky shit.
If it were real.
If it's real, it is spooky.
Yep.
There you go.
You heard it.
We're on the same exact page. All right, well, that's the end of the final page of housekeeping. It's a little light final page. We've been having light final pages lately.
Yeah, you're not really spiraling much. You're not really doing anything crazy.
I'm a normal guy.
You're regular guy.
Yeah. All right, well, that's the end of the final page. We're now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right, Cringe of the Week. First, we're going to start off with some trans stuff as usual. Our first story is a light story, just something to mention. Can you give that a read?
Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey appointed Giselle Bird, a man pretending to be a woman, to the Massachusetts Commission on the Status of Women, which advises on policy to improve opportunities for women. And there he is.
Sometimes you can't even tell.
Strong jaw. You can tell.
Strong jaw, 6'2". Played high school basketball.
Yeah. And in person, they do the best. And then you have all the face apps. You know, the apps that girls blur their face with.
The contouring makeup for the photos.
A necklace over an Adam's apple. All of a sudden, maybe you're appointed to the women's commission.
Long sleeves cover those big elbows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You meet him and go, oh!
You see them in person and they move different. They speak different. It's like totally gives away the game. They love still pictures. They think that's their edge.
In person, they kind of have like a lurch thing. Like that's what Caitlyn Jenner has, where they're in heels, but they're just kind of like
6'8" now.
Hey, how you doing? It's crazy. All right, this is the story we mentioned in the intro. There's a trans hockey team where the whole team is trans.
Not quite, but almost. Minnesota women's hockey team features 4 male players, with even more participating on women's teams across the state. So we're talking about one women's team with 4 men on it pretending to be women.
And guys, you know my stance. I'm never going to promote gambling to you. Yeah. But it's not even gambling.
You won't get the odds. It'll be minus 10,000.
Okay, I was going to say, it's easy money. It's not even a gamble.
No,
it's free.
Yeah. But you forget that there's odds. You always forget that.
It's true.
And I guess that's good that you don't know that much about gambling.
But then you could bet $1,000 to win $100.
$10. You'll bet 1,000 to win $10 if the men win.
It's still a free 10.
Bad. A female hockey player in Minnesota has resigned from her team in protest of policies which allowed 4 trans-identified males to be accepted onto the roster. There are at least 7 male players who identify as transgender playing on women's hockey teams across Minnesota. This is just the state of Minnesota. 2021, the rule changed. I want to read a quote here. During our most recent game, one of our players collided with a trans player in the middle of the ice, and it took a long time for her to get up. When she finally caught her breath, she said, "I don't know if I can come back next year. We have to say something. It's no longer fair. It's no longer fun, and it's no longer safe."
It's no longer safe is the key.
So you get blown up by a dude, and you go, I don't think I can come back next year immediately. It's kind of like dark. And there's no checking in women's hockey. Women's hockey, they don't hit. They don't blow you up into the boards like the men do. But, force equals mass times acceleration. If the men have more mass and more acceleration, they're going to collide with you with much more force. It's a really simple equation. Who did it? Newton? Isaac Newton, maybe?
Isaac.
Somebody like that. And we're getting to the point, we have to cover this because we're getting to the point where they're making up a majority of the team. They're playing all the minutes. We covered the trans volleyball match, the Battle of the Trans in Canada from Rebel News, where 5 trans men dominate female volleyball with little effort. This was a game where there were 3 trans on one side and 2 on the other.
It's all about trans.
And one part of this article from Redux that they covered the hockey team, I think there was a trans league in Minnesota, and some of them played in that league, and then they go, I'm going back to the women's. So they have this optionality, and they still choose to dominate the women.
Trans league?
Yeah.
I would watch that.
I don't know. They're worse than the men. They're worse. It's like, why would you watch an inferior product?
Because, it's a
freak factor.
It's an interesting bunch.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
I guess so. Can you imagine the locker room? Disgusting.
Yeah.
What they're doing.
I don't want to imagine.
Jock straps.
Bad.
Ladies jock strap.
Bad.
But yeah, so we're just reaching that critical mass where more trans people can be on the ice than girls in the girls' league.
And no one has a dad.
Yeah.
No one's got a dad who's going, hey, what the fuck is going on?
Plus the migrants in the Dallas Apple store. All of a sudden, you start putting these together and you get mad.
Then you look around and say, is this country even worth saving? And that might be, I just kind of discovered that just now. That might be the angle.
That they want to get you to?
They bring all the migrants in here. They ride the bikes. They ruin your neighborhood. And then they bring all the trans. They do all the trans shit. Mm-hmm. They make all the kids weird and gay. And then they go, is this country even worth saving? Mm-hmm. Is it even worth fighting for? Everyone's a migrant or brown or covered in shit, or your kids are weird and trans.
Yeah.
Just give it away. It's already done.
Yeah.
Kind of like it gets to the end result of, America's already toast. What are you even fighting for? What are you trying to save? The trans hockey league?
That's what they want you to think.
It's kind of disheartening.
They want you to be black-pilled, right?
Yeah, you want us to be black-pilled. It's kind of working lately. I've tried so hard to not be black-pilled all through Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. But now, all through Joe Biden, it was like, all right, you can't get black-pilled because Trump will get
back.
We can get back. Trump can come back and we'll do it. Now Trump's back and we're not doing it. Why wouldn't you be blackpilled?
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Thomas Crooks, another story we mentioned in the intro, he was a furry, apparently.
Yeah, breaking Trump shooter Thomas Matthew Crooks went by they, them on DeviantArt. Linked account reveals furry fetish. And this was reported from the New York Post. Crooks appears to have been interested in furries and exploring gender identity. He described himself with the pronouns they, them on the platform DeviantArt, which is one of the biggest online hubs for furry art in the furry community. You guys know what a furry is. I'm not going to explain it. 2 accounts linked to Crooks' primary email were found on DeviantArt under usernames Epic Microwave and The Epic Microwave. The account suggests he had an obsession with scantily clad cartoon characters sporting muscle-bound male bodies and female heads. So a specific type of furry.
Weird trans furry shit.
Yeah, and so this, if you guys want to read the article, go through it. This guy has a very weird political history where, like, he liked Trump first, and then he kind of became the average shit lib where Trump wasn't doing enough during COVID and he wasn't reacting fast enough. It's kind of this weird descent, and then it ended with furry, they, them stuff.
He was calling MAGA a cult.
Yeah, he was advocating for political violence on a lot of these chat messages. And one thing I want to say, it's like we're learning about this in November, a year and 3 or 4 months later after this Thomas Crooks, who we found out such little about him right after it happened in the immediate aftermath. And one of the things is the FBI under Joe Biden was kind of like keeping this information under wraps. Then FBI Director Christopher Wray told Congress after the July 13th, 2024 attack that the Bureau had found nothing in Crooks' online history that pointed to a motive or political ideology. A week later, Wray's deputy, Paul Abbott, told Congress that the comments posted on one of Crooks' social media accounts appear to reflect anti-Semitic and anti-immigration themes to espouse political violence and are described as extreme in nature.
He was right wing.
Yeah, so that little weird thing, and guy's a furry using they, them pronouns, like worried about COVID. So,
but they needed to cover that up before the election.
Exactly. And so the FBI...
And no one gets in trouble.
Yeah, it was just totally kind of mismanaged, and they almost lied by omission, I guess you would call it, or outright lied. And
not good.
So we're adding this on the trans shit. We're adding this. Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. He was on some real twink shit, digging around, messy house.
And I was saying this a few months back with the Charlie Kirk assassination. I think when you're a furry and you watch the weird furry stuff, there is like an MK Ultra brain takeover potential. And that's how they get into your brain to make you go do stuff.
Okay.
There's a thing where you like it hijacks your brain, or like you see a certain thing, and then that's how they can mind control you. It's like the program to mind control you.
All right, bit of a stretch, but
possible.
Possible, definitely possible.
All right, let's get to our next clip. These women cops try to bring down a criminal.
She's getting there. Needs backup. Oh, backup down.
Backup down.
Gets up slowly, but still kind of runs. Pulls out the
taser. And this is a little simulation wink with the wrong way sign.
Yeah, wrong way.
This is the wrong way.
This is the wrong way to police a community. They're lucky that the woman kind of gave up once the taser came out. I mean, she could have freaked out and gotten away almost.
Maybe they could use... I would be okay potentially with trans women as cops. That way they can reach their quota. No.
Mentally ill.
Can't give them a gun.
No gun, mental illness.
Can't give them a gun. Okay, that was close. I was about to say, let's get a man to do it. Just pretend to be a woman. Reach your woman quota.
Well, if you're talking about some sort of like Tyler Perry or you know, the Wayans brothers where they're pretending and they're not really trans, then yeah.
Yeah, Norbit shit.
I saw some woman on the internet this week who broke the pull-up record. She broke the most pull-ups in like 10 minutes or something. Just ripped them. Absolute fucking wings on her. She had wings.
Women record or all record?
I think it might have been all. But she could be a cop. I'm not against all. I'm just against an average woman cop. Like a woman who takes selfies and thinks she's cute. And
can't be a cop.
You can't do it. You can't wrestle anybody.
Yeah, you can't be a cop.
So
good point.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next story. This is something that you and I have been talking about for a while. Because when I lived in LA, there was a restaurant called Egg Slut.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's vulgar for no reason. And then we found another restaurant called Slutty Buns. and it's like
millennial.
It's millennial, gay millennial speak.
Yeah, and we've covered it with the books, like the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Yeah, like how cringe millennials are, where they kind of force a swear in. And maybe I'm guilty of that sometimes. Sometimes I throw around an F word, but it's not like there's almost this smug, I'm witty about it. And
now they're committing to full restaurants, and all the names on the menu are just like vulgar, slut.
They're puns. They're sex puns.
Sticky situationship, double stuffed, espresso,
chai me daddy, wop, warm apple pastry, menage a tres leches,
so
cream pied.
It's disgusting. It's the gay millennial speak, and it's a late night adults only dessert spot.
Yeah, cinnamon rolls mostly. And they're just eliminating like 30% of the market because they think these puns are so funny.
Yeah, they're completely pigeonholing themselves. Like, oh, get the Cinnaslut bun. It's like, all right, I guess a kid can't have a Cinnabon anymore.
Yeah. I'll take the Biscoff patty, 2 double stuffed, 1 cream pied. Like, you force the customer to say it and humiliate themselves too.
And then like old people aren't going to want to go there and talk like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like a cringe restaurant idea where it sounds like, oh yeah, like we're fat millennials and I have a stupid haircut and purple hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you think it's funny, but it's like it's kind of like in the same way the migrant builds the 3-story house. Mm-hmm. It's not really considerate to the people shopping or in the neighborhood. So you're not really considerate. Now you're making like a storefront, like a vulgar sex shop.
A big red light sign that says slutty buns.
We don't need that.
Yeah.
Very disrespectful.
Bad millennial shit. You know, we call out boomers. We call out Gen Z. This is one of the worst millennial offenses. The stupid, over-sexualized swearing stuff.
Over-sexualized. Old people and kids can't go. Who are you selling Cinnabons to? 28
to 30 to 39-year-olds who are high, smoking pot at night, and they need a cinnamon roll delivered to their slop door.
Good luck with the business.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our last clip of cringe. This dad confronts some kids who brought their bikes into a store, and listen to how the kids respond and how they talk to this adult.
Grab my neck like that, bitch, what's fucking wrong with you? You're tripping. Dealing with dipshits. Oh yeah, you good, huh? Shut up, nigga, you gay. You got that shit up here, right? Yeah, I just said that. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch my shit. Give me it. What the fuck are you doing? Bro, give me it, bitch. Don't be touching me.
Who talks like this?
Little urban youths. These kids are getting TikTok fried and becoming wiggers.
They're becoming wiggers. And the only reason you would talk like this and act this way was if you didn't have any fear of repercussions at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
maybe a single mom.
Yeah. And I don't know, like back in the day, I feel like that guy could like almost beat your ass or like take you to your parents and then you get in real trouble. Yeah. Like, can you believe what your kid was doing? But I don't know. Maybe no one gets hit with a wooden spoon or a belt anymore.
Yeah, yeah. The kid didn't even expect his phone to get snatched.
And then they're talking like they're black.
Yeah.
And then the other kid comes up, starts adjusting his pants, like, what? What are you going to do? And it's like, buddy, you are going to get stuffed into a locker.
Yeah.
So not very good. Not happy to see that. That's the end of Cringe.
Yeah.
And we're now moving on to Urban Decay. All right, Urban Decay, our first story. The loop puncher in Chicago is back. It's not the same loop puncher that we showed initially. It's the second guy up.
Yeah, a loop puncher.
A new, different,
active again in Chicago.
Repeat loop puncher, and he's punching women again. We have, is it a video here?
Boom, hard shoulder. They're side by side. He's punching and shouldering people very hard. Multiple arrests. He's a serial puncher in Chicago. He's been arrested again. William Livingston, 32, was charged with 2 felony counts of aggravated battery in a public place. Police say Livingston was identified as the man who struck 2 women, ages 40 and 29, on June 12th. And he had previously spent time in jail for punching several other women. So he's been arrested 7 times in the past 10 years for similar attacks, including 2 in 2017, 2015, 2016. He faced 4 felony counts.
So. And they keep letting him go.
Yeah. So there's multiple loop punchers in Chicago.
Yeah. And all for the love of the game.
Yeah, it's pure love of the game shit, and they're always caught on camera. Imagine how many punches they've had that were down a dark alley or not caught on camera or not reported. The iceberg theory of loop punchers.
And you have him on video multiple times, like attacking strangers. It's not like he's like, hey, give me that back or get off my bike. It's like he's just punching strangers.
Yeah, drive-bys.
So you have video of him punching random people. You'd be able to look at the video and go, oh, this guy is antisocial. We need to keep him locked up. They keep letting him go.
Yep.
Our next story, this guy defended his home from home invaders, and now the DA is trying to charge him with murder.
Pontiac, Michigan homeowner charged with manslaughter for shooting burglar Sivan Wilson, 17, was one of 6 thugs who broke into a residential garage. Dayton Napton, 24, fired 2 shots through a windowless door. Wilson was hit but fled and delayed seeking medical treatment. So here's the fine young man and then the homeowner who defended his property in his garage, and he shot through a door.
And now the DA wants to charge him with murder or manslaughter. They're going after him.
Yeah. White Lake Township DA Karen McDonald is now seeking manslaughter charges against Michigan man Dayton Napton after he defended his property by firing on 6 burglars in his garage, killing 1. The greater threat to him wasn't the burglars. It was a white woman. That's what someone said.
And we have a clip here of the family of the person who got shot, one of the thugs who was home invading, and they're all defending him and pretending the white guy did this, like, I don't know, because he's racist.
Yeah, well, they're not happy with the charge of manslaughter. They think it should be murder 1, capital case. And so here, we'll hear from them.
It doesn't make sense, and it hurts a lot.
4 months after 17-year-old Sivan Wilson of Pontiac shot and killed in White Lake Township. His family says the charges have them confused.
I think the way they went about it, it could have been done better.
24-year-old Dayton Napton charged with manslaughter, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, and 2 counts of felony firearm for the death of Wilson and shooting another teen in the leg. Wilson's family says they want Napton charged with murder.
It doesn't make sense that it wasn't done out of malice, and for them to charge him with manslaughter when everything in the report is suggesting that it was malicious intent.
Back in July, prosecutors say Wilson, along with 6 others, broke into Napton's detached garage. Napton coming out with a 9mm. Prosecutors say firing 2 shots through a windowless, locked garage door. Then, as the group ran away, prosecutors say Napton shot at them 5 more times, ran back inside, reloaded his gun, and came back outside.
Devon was running away and got shot. I never heard anything about him getting shot in the garage.
But prosecutors say Wilson hit and killed from a bullet fired through the locked door.
We had a really close connection. So it hurts a lot. I would have never expected this to happen to him. He has so many dreams and aspirations.
So many dreams and aspirations. He was doing home invasions with 5 of his friends.
Yeah, and then the age thing doesn't really matter when you're kind of like in that ski mask, like black adult-sized group of people. One of the guys was 24. He was 17. A couple others were underage. You don't really process that when your garage is being broken into at midnight or whenever it was. So that's kind of a non-factor in my mind. Here he is in the football uniform. You see what he looks like.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Just doing a couple home invasions on the weekend with his friends. And then the DA sides with the criminals. And what message does that send to the other criminals? That like, oh yeah, the white homeowners aren't allowed to defend themselves.
Yeah. And then always you see this, a common theme is, I think one of the clips we showed back in the day was like, how was he going to get his money for school clothes?
Yeah.
The family. There was a kid who got caught. He got shot actually too. And he was robbing from a home, doing a home invasion. There's always this like, oh, he had dreams and aspirations. He was this. He was multifaceted. So I want to take a second and do that for, what is his name? Dayton. This guy's name is Dayton Napton. I'm going to do that on his behalf because I know his family's probably just trying to stay quiet and doing some, keeping their head down, hiring the best lawyer they can to defend against this. And hopefully he gets off. But man, Dayton loved that garage. Dayton was always tinkering in that garage. He had his motorbikes in there. He was going to fix that garage up.
He had a fridge with beer in that garage, and you come over and he'd give you a beer. We could hang out.
He had an old radio on the shelf in the garage. It was his happy place. Yeah. So Now, we're just going to do it for him because he's probably a good guy who's just defending his property against a group of 6 thugs.
And he shot the guy who died through the door, meaning he was in the garage. It wasn't like they ran away and he shot him in the back, which I would still say is fine, but I guess it would be different legally.
It's not Savon's fault. It's not Dayton's fault. Savon could have got medical attention, and he didn't seek medical attention right away.
Yeah, what's that mean? Oh, that means you were doing a crime and you didn't want to go to the hospital and explain how you got a gunshot wound.
Man, he loved that garage.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
They're siding automatically with the black criminal.
It's an narco-tyranny. I don't give a fuck about criminals.
Yeah, and then imagine you're the family of the kid who got shot, and you're like, well, he was up to no good, and it's unfortunate that it ended this way.
And yeah,
that's what it should be.
And then there's a lot of states that have certain laws about if someone dies in the commission of a felony. So these other kids should get charged with his death. This is not the homeowner's fault.
That's who should get charged, the other kids. All right, let's go to our next story. We have a woman who is twerking on the casket.
Give it to him, baby.
It's what Darnell would have wanted.
Yeah, that was Darnell's last wish. His dying breath. Twerk on the casket, babe.
I was going to say, at least it's not a crime or a waste of taxpayer money. That's kind of progress.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm sure EBT was probably used for the ribs at the reception.
The catering. The catering might have used some EBT dollars.
But it is a celebration of life.
Yeah, fair. The funny thing about this is, this is such lowbrow behavior, twerking on the casket. And it's not like it was one woman and, the old grandmas are, shaking their heads. Someone's on a microphone saying, yeah, get it. And everyone else is applauding, kind of. So it's been co-signed by the group.
Yeah, it's co-signed by the group, exactly.
I wonder how he died.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our next story. This one is a story we've kind of covered before, Dropping the Baby Off. This is Dropping the Baby Off 2.
Get your fucking thought! Fuck! I'm not fucking playing with this nigga. Hey, cool? Is you cool? Don't expect you to be
When the baby mama dropped the baby off on a porch. So she's arguing with some grandma, maybe, of the baby daddy. She's arguing with other women. And they won't take the baby. That really sets her off, closing the door.
Watch this. She's about to do something.
Get that fucking nigga out your fucking crib! Get him out your fucking crib!
This looks like Chicago.
Now she got a brick?
Not yet. She starts repeating.
Now she got a brick.
Now she's got a brick.
Now she got the brick.
You get it. But she started repeating, I think, less than 30 seconds ago. She starts repeating, and then the brick throw comes right after.
So there's a warning sign. And, things would be way better if that was a married couple and the family unit was intact.
I don't think that would save anything.
And another thing that went unnoticed, the person filming, their car kept stalling.
Oh, yeah.
So she ain't doing routine maintenance and shit.
Yeah. Oil change every 20,000. Yeah, for sure. Dysfunction all around,
Dysfunction all around. But dropping the baby off is better than aborting the baby, which is what we have an example in this next clip at Planned Parenthood.
Fuck the baby. What the baby? What the baby?
Fuck the baby.
Fuck the baby.
Give you the Bacardi.
I'm ready to say fuck the motherfucker. Ready to beat the motherfucking baby the fuck up.
You sound like a nigga.
Yeah.
So those are the two options.
Yeah.
Drop the baby off, fight with grandma,
throw the brick,
or abort the baby, drink while pregnant.
Yeah, Yeah, no good options, guys.
And that's why it's Urban Decay.
Yeah.
That's why it's Urban Decay. And we show you these issues in the urban community every week, but somehow we're always blamed as the problem. Everyone says it's a white people is the problem. White people is the reason why everything's fucked up. Listen to this next lady.
Okay. I think I have a question where I can make this group of people understand how deep this shit is. White America, do you realize that you're the villain in everyone's story?
That's all she says.
Yeah.
We're the villain in everyone's story. So I guess we're the ones who made everything a low trust society.
Yeah.
We're the ones who
probably.
made Section 8 ghetto and dangerous and horrible.
We must be a net drain, taxpayer wise.
Everyone's doing all the violence and shooting everybody. And like we're the villain in everyone's story. It's like, well, who's the villain in real life?
Yeah.
Who's doing all the crimes? Who's shooting people? Who's robbing people and carjacking? Is it the white people? And I actually found a tweet that kind of sums up how it's not the white people.
Yeah, how are blacks doing in America? High crime, poverty, low achievement. How are they doing in Europe? High crime, poverty, low achievement. How are they doing in South Africa? High crime, poverty, low achievement. How are they doing in Africa? High crime, poverty, low achievement. At what point do we start to recognize a common theme here?
It's interesting.
Well, white people is the villain, y'all.
Yeah, we is the villain, and we're also the ones paying for everyone's EBT and SNAP.
Yeah.
It's pretty violent and rude of us. And we have some...
Can I get a thank you? Instead, I'm the villain. It's the exact opposite. I should be getting thanked. You know those ribs at the funeral when I was twerking on the casket? I paid for those.
We paid for those.
Against my will, but I paid for them.
But we're the evil ones, and we're the villain. And we do have some EBT updates. First is a woman with the largest EBT balance I've ever heard.
For EBT, press 1. Enter the last 4 digits of your phone. Enter your PIN. Your SNAP balance is $23,235.
Nice. She got 52 kids.
$23,000 in EBT.
She's building her retirement fund.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty much
That's
what
kind of
it is.
is. That's like my net worth. Yeah. It's like, what's my net worth? I got the Nissan Altima, $23,000 in EBT, an apartment where I can rent out the room but still pay Section 8. That's a pretty good net worth.
It's pretty crazy.
For the hood, at least.
And this woman is giving advice on how to get EBT no matter what.
I'm trying to figure out why the people so mad about food stamps. And it's only the palm color people. Like, literally, if you want food stamps, just apply and lie. That's it. Apply and lie. You see how they be stealing from us? Steal from them. Literally, you can have a 9 to 5, a 5 to 10, a 10 to 12 job and still get that EBT. Just tell them you don't work.
She said that we're stealing from them.
No, you're broke. You're as broke as can be. You contribute nothing. That's the funny part. It's backwards.
They steal from us.
Yeah.
Let's steal from them.
She's talking about fraud, which is basically stealing by deception. And we're stealing from her, though. So that's the justify. You know, you could justify anything.
Not only do you have it wrong, you have it completely backwards.
Yeah.
But there is good news. There is going to be the Trump administration will require SNAP participants to reapply for benefits because of all the fraud that was exposed.
Yeah. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins said the USDA will have participants in the SNAP program reapply. So I think some of the quotes were, you know, it's interesting because they talk about how people are like, she said there's 186,000 deceased men and women and children are receiving a check through SNAP, citing data from 29 states that complied with the USDA's request for information.
Yeah.
So they're talking about like a different kind of fraud, just pure fraud.
Yeah.
And we're talking about like liars and like all the soft shit and the scammy nature of it. So at least it's a start. They're going to make the people jump through some hoops, I guess.
Yeah. So we found out during this shutdown. So basically during the shutdown, it exposed what was really going on.
42 million people.
42 million people total on it. 186,000 dead people are getting benefits. 500,000 people were getting double benefits.
Yeah.
So now they need to reapply and prove they can't survive without it, which is kind of nice.
So I hope some of the fraud and waste is reduced, but you know, being black-pilled as I am, I think we might come out of this with more abuse somehow.
All right, well, don't get too down or too depressed. Moving on to uplifting gold. We have uplifting stuff today. First, we have the Japanese bullet train that goes over 300 miles an hour.
Whoa.
Fast.
Imagine that thing derailing.
Wow.
Dead.
Everyone's dead. Or, I don't know, this is kind of dark, but I was going to say it's like, people kill themselves by jumping in front of the train.
Yeah.
That's the train to jump in front of.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
a lot easier.
Okay.
Next, this clip in the same theme of Japan. This is about how clean the streets are and everything is in Japan.
This is the cleanest country in the world. You'll be surprised when you watch until the end. In Japan, cleanliness isn't a chore, it's a way of life. Yes, even the garbage trucks look like they just came out of the dealership, so clean that you could see your reflection in them. And it's no coincidence. Everyday workers wash them before heading out, because dirtying the street would be a sign of disrespect. And that respect extends to everything. Waste management is a true science. There are specific days for each type of garbage: organic, plastic, cans, paper. And each category has its own designated bag. If you make a mistake...
That's nice.
They care.
They do it right over there.
They have standards, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be us.
But it's almost too late. It can never be us now. Too many Indians.
Yep.
All right, next, this guy is giving back to the homeless people.
What's he giving back?
Big knives.
Giant 10-inch plus blades and machetes. He's handing them out. And I think that you did an AI Charlie Kirk face swap on that. And it's a gambling ad. Great.
It's a gambling ad.
Great.
But they are handing out knives to the homeless, giving back during Christmas. That's very nice.
Yep. Okay.
All right, next.
Nice work. No comment from me. That's genuinely dangerous. I hope that's just a joke.
Yep, just a joke. Next, this is a funny Cracker Barrel moment.
Who is that?
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, the cheekbones.
That's uplifting.
Kid sees the cheekbones.
They look alike.
All right.
All right, next, these dogs got rewarded after a successful day hunting.
All right, we're Burger King. Boys got 4 nice roosters on. Sprig, ready? All right, buddy. How about you, Jim? Oh, Jimmy's hungry today, I guess, huh?
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I treat them to some human food after they get you your pheasant.
I don't like giving dogs bread because I don't think it's natural.
Yep.
But there's something about giving dogs a full meal.
Yeah.
That's kind of special.
Yeah, every once in a while. And then they think it could happen any day. It's like maybe it rewires their brain a little bit.
I kind of want to give Jerry like a whole pizza one day. Open a pizza and go like, it's for you. And
It's
let him
yours.
just eat a whole pizza.
Yeah, I think you should.
Maybe.
I think you should.
All right, now we're getting into our Pure Americana clips of the week. We have 2 of them, and they're kind of redneck Pure Americana. Here's our first one.
Have a nice day. God bless you. Yeah, God ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you need God.
I don't.
I'm gonna pray for you.
What?
I'm gonna pray for you.
Don't you pray for me?
Don't you pray for me. And this next guy is pretty good, too.
I'll pull up around here like that, y'all. I will get y'all ass whooped. It ain't nothing playing whooping, man.
You know that there's something yonder there, pawpaw patch and
Y'all going fishing? Are we going fishing?
We going fishing?
Yeah.
Got a boat?
Yeah. Hell yeah, we got 4 or 5 of them.
He
had a stutter.
And then the wires hanging out of the car.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty good.
Okay.
That reminds me of typical liberal.
Yeah. He does talk like that when he's ornery.
He does
When
talk
he's
like
ornery.
that. All right, well, that's the end of the
Congratulations
episode.
to him, too, right?
Yeah.
We say anything about that?
I don't know if we're supposed to.
Congratulations, Grantley. You know what for.
Yeah, congratulations, Grantley. All right, let's get to our shout-outs, light shout-outs.
Okay.
We have a happy birthday to Gina on November 17th. She has the dog Jerry. That's also named, the dog's named Jerry as well.
Okay, happy birthday, Gina.
And they watch the show. Happy birthday to Androgynous Rob. Rob.
Hey, happy birthday, Rob.
On November 16th. Thank you for all the help with the cars. I'm happy to call you my friend in real life. Happy birthday to Leah. She turns 60 on November 17th, and we red-pilled her with this podcast. So she got into the show, and now she's violently a right-wing extremist.
You know, sometimes I don't think we're really convincing anybody, but then that's nice to hear that we are. Because a lot of times I just assume we're talking to our own guys for the most part.
But I think our own guys will drag a girlfriend or a wife or a sister or whatever, and then they'll watch and go, what are these guys talking about? Oh, they're actually funny, or actually like that, or oh, put this show on.
The source material can't be ignored sometimes when we show some of the stories. Yeah, for
so I think we win people over who get dragged to the show.
For sure.
And we have a last one. Happy birthday to Chelsea from James. Her birthday is tomorrow on November 19th, and here's her in her Helen Keller Denier merch.
Happy birthday, Chelsea.
Happy birthday, Chelsea. That's the end of the episode. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. FluckusTalks.com for a 30-minute bonus land dropping tomorrow. And we will see you tomorrow at Bonus Land.
Cringe of the week and Urban Decay. There's uplifting gold and Fleck's pets getting trolled. Coming up to brighten your day. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Best to keep the P.O. box full. We won't stop till the world is rid of all the pickles. If more Fleck's content is what you demand, then just make sure you're subbed to Bonus Land. Fleck's Talks, give it up to the world's best host. Fleck's Talks, choose the ongoing tickle the post. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast
See all that there, there's stuff in yonder there, pawpaw patch.
Are you a beef jerky eater?